Look, there is a silver lining to this, so I want to let you know there is a bright spot. It's not all doom and gloom, so make sure to wait till we talk about that later in the video. And then descending from the heavens, Nintendo sent Destroya to stomp and crush the hopes of the Animal Crossing boys and girls, and also the Animal Crossing adults like you and me and so many other people that had high expectations for the 2.0 update that ended up becoming 1.10, that basically became a seasonal event modifier. But alas, a glimpse of bright light on the horizons. OMG, a house that wasn't in the game. Everybody was abuzz yesterday all about this house that wasn't in the game. Was Nintendo teasing and taunting and hinting that maybe there is more than meets the eye? Maybe they understand our needs and wants. I thought I'd be making a totally different video today, and yet here I am to tell you they messed up. It's all a lie. What's going on, everybody? It's SwitchForce. Smash that like button to band together. We need to link arms more than ever before. Let me know in the comments down below if this makes you sad, because this makes me so freaking sad. Like, I could just poop out all of my items. Like, vomit them all over. I'm nauseous over this because I really had this brilliant set of theories planned. I thought things were lining up. Yesterday, there was a new house uncovered as part of Nintendo's little debacle of an update. They showed that, hey, we have a new house, and people started speculating, who could this be? What villager might this be? Where might it be from? And look, there is a silver lining to this, so I want to let you know there is a bright spot. It's not all doom and gloom, so make sure to wait till we talk about that later in the video. But I plan on making a video talking about this house, and I thought, okay, maybe it's going to be the Zelda Villagers. It kind of looks like it could be W. Link's house. That would be perfect. It's Zelda's anniversary this year. It makes sense. Nintendo has seemingly a lot of plans. I thought maybe I had done some snooping and found that it could be Felyne, which was a Monster Hunter villager. Monster Hunter Rise is very popular right now. There are 2 Monster Hunter titles launching on Switch. One's out right now, and Stories 2 comes in July. I thought Felyne would be a fantastic addition and a nice surprise. Alas! Nintendo, though, comes through in the clutch, or the anti-clutch, with this. Since it was found, and this comes from the Japanese website, since it was found that the screenshot that introduced the items of Children's Day reflected a house with an appearance that could not appear in the actual game, the corresponding screen was replaced. It was a mistake, I'm assuming they meant to say, and I must sincerely apologize. No, they goofed. That was just a fake, flawed house that wasn't supposed to be in the game. It wasn't a real thing. They weren't teasing. They weren't taunting. And you might say, oh, maybe Nintendo's being very clever. Maybe they're just not letting us know. They leaked something. No. Nintendo has made these kind of mistakes before. It was our last expectation that maybe they just made a stinky screenshot. Maybe they just made an oopsie. You know, they've made things appear in screenshots before. They made it look like things could be where they couldn't be before. They threw in that white picket fence in the early E3 2019 trailer, and now they put a house to tease and taunt us, and that tease and taunt is for nothing, because Nintendo once again replaced the image and double clarified that, hey, the screen post at the time of release was replaced because it was found that a house with an appearance that could not appear in the actual game was reflected. I must sincerely apologize. Now we have this lovely image indoors. And now we can sit inside and cry our hopes and dreams away. This is a big bummer because the update was, you know, I mean, like, let's not joke around. This update really stinks. It is a few seasonal events, which, yes, I'm excited to check out the new Mayday, but I even had hopes that maybe Rover would be the secret villager that was arriving, because Rover had dialogue last year where he said, like, I hope to see you again soon, like, stay tuned. He brought his briefcase. Maybe now he was going to move to the island, and maybe that house was, in fact, in this update, not tied to some future villager, but tied to Rover, and a nice way that we could get some fun boost and benefit from 1.10 that feels worse than 1.1. I mean, the 0 added on is very clearly meaningful. It's 0. Like, hey, we added virtually 0 new content. Now, I'm busy building my island. A lot of the items added in 1.10 are really nice. I especially like the cart banners. I think those are so fun and so cool, and I cannot wait to add them. They give major water park vibes, which is what I'm here crafting and creating. But I'm also well aware that Nintendo has done nothing of substance to the gameplay, to the mechanics for a long time, and I'm very concerned when that is going to happen, and so new villagers became a big shining hope, a big beautiful beacon And I want to crush your dreams even more because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers say that, oh my gosh, the seasonal events end in June. This corresponds and coincides with E3 2021. Maybe Nintendo's just saving 2.0 for that. But alas, that is also incorrect. If you go to the Japanese website, you will notice and see that it is not in June that the seasonal events end. It is August. August 15th. The middle of August is when their seasonal events end. You will see that Nintendo has planned out seasonal events and new items, which is great. I love seasonal events and items, but they have planned this out until the middle of August, the middle of the 8th month. And from that, I don't know what to do. I think Nintendo has fallen asleep at the wheel. The Animal Crossing car is driving nauseously and maybe even obnoxiously around, dodging all of the things that players want. And we're going to have to band together at some point. But today, I do want to give you a little hope, okay? I know that's a huge bummer. And look, there's a chance that maybe they just really went overboard in the seasonal events and there's an opportunity for something new to come. I don't mean to pepper your day with sadness, but I have to be honest, and I always am data-based. I'm factual-based. I look at what is provided, not what I want. I mean, I sure love Brewster, but I look at the data. And that data goes till the middle of August. But let's talk about something nice and good. There's still hope for new villagers, my friends. Why do I say this? Because, like I said, I like to look at the data, okay? Chin up, villager. Let's look at the data. Nintendo does have a piece of data that still supports new villager arrival, and that is the Amiibo card data dive that I did about a week or two ago. I'll link to that full video in the description, but basically, just to reiterate for all of you, Nintendo has skipped 103 slots in their Amiibo listings. Now, you might think that, oh, maybe they're just saving those for the future, but they have never done this before. Now, why 103? 3 are for Monster Hunter Stories 2, which comes out in July, on July 9th to be specific, and 3, or 100, I guess, rather, 103 minus 3, are probably for an Animal Crossing New Horizons Amiibo card set. And you might say, Zach, stop getting my hopes up. You got my hopes up for 2.0. You got my hopes up for all these things. And I do think there's a chance, and a good chance, that a lot of this stuff does come to the game. Maybe it's via paid at this point, but the Roost was in the game, the data mine, the early data mine, the Museum Cafe for a reason. Not to be cute, not to be funny, not to grab our goat. The Amiibo card numbering is also there for a reason, and I feel like that is going to bear fruit at some point. That's not just me being silly, that's 100 cards were for set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, and so Series 5 makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of Villager Amiibo cards that have not yet been created, the 8 new ones from this game, the 50 RV Amiibo cards from Welcome Amiibo, and potentially some new villagers, or at least, the very least, bringing back some of those Zelda faces that we discussed earlier in the video. These guys right here, you got Ganon the Pig, Up Under the Horse, W Link, okay? And they could, you know, based on the success of Monster Hunter and Capcom's love for Nintendo Switch, they could bring in Felyne, they could bring in Inkwell in support of Splatoon 3. I do still think that a new Amiibo card set is coming. And that is content, that is villagers. So even if this house is a complete cluster disaster, even if Nintendo does not want to love us like we want to be loved, even if Nintendo sends Destroya and says, crush the hopes and dreams of everyone, stand on their face and smush it to the earth down below, and don't let them have what they want, there's still hope in the future. Those Animal Crossing Amiibo cards could very well be announced at E3. They could very well be announced at any moment, and I think that they will. Now, in terms of what I think is going to happen with 2.0, if 2.0 ever exists, I have interesting thoughts. I have interesting theories, and I'll be sharing with those of you guys in an upcoming video that I think will ruffle some feathers, so I'm saving that one for a little bit. But once I have everything clear and straight, I will share all of that with you. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Try to keep your chins up, everybody, okay? ACNH, they promised us updates. They're giving us updates. By definition, this is a seasonal update, and it's changing some of the events, and I will be covering it. I hope you'll join me for the Mayday Maze. I hope you'll join me for whatever else they add, any surprises, any secrets. We'll probably be covering that tonight. That is Tuesday night, so I'd love to see you guys there. Make sure to smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below how bummed you are that the House of Hope actually is nothing. Blown down by the big bad wolf known as Mr. Nintendo. Guess what, guys and girls? We sincerely apologize that we tricked you. we sincerely apologize, but you still have cart banners and a cheese wheel. Let me know if you're going to be using the cart banners also in the comments down below. Until next time, guys and girls, I love you so much. I'll keep you posted with the best, most up-to-date, fastest, awesomest Animal Crossing content on the internet that you can possibly imagine. I'll see you guys on soon streams, and stay tuned for that video on what 2.0 might just become. Until then, though, love you guys lots. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay smart out there. I'm about to go get my vaccine shot number 2. Wish me luck. I love you. And until next time, SwitchForce out.